Pulaski County, where the Maroons host Whitley County in their corners in round 2 of playoff action. Chuck Wicks along with Doug Eads, Ryan Abner, and the MVP Sports Channel crew bringing it to you live on And exciting football action here and a fantastic night under clear skies. 52 degrees, believe it or not, playoff football action. That's almost unheard of. We've certainly been blessed with some pretty good weather. And we've got a great game here ahead of you tonight as the Colonels come calling on the Maroons. Doug Eads, a little contradiction in styles tonight. That's probably going to be the first thing that we'll talk about.
Yes, Pulaski County, a team that will put it up 35, 40 times a game. Whitley County, on the other hand, Jeff, is old school smash mouth football, much like we saw Rockcastle play Pulaski earlier in the year. The Colonels are going to throw the football as a necessity. Their bread and butter is a vaunted rushing attack. So you got two contrasting styles. But you've got two outstanding football teams, Jeff. Pulaski 8-3 on the season. Whitley County coming in 7-4. Last time these two met was right here on this field in round 2 of the Class 5A playoffs in 2009. A game that was won by Pulaski 40-34 on a late touchdown pass in the fourth quarter. The Maroons, Jeff, all time 8-0 in the playoffs on this field. That will be tested severely here tonight.
Well, it should be a good test, and we talked about the two different conflicting styles of play. Pulaski County, of course, a little more balanced than Whitley County. As a matter of fact, Whitley County has averaged 4 points in the first quarter throughout the season. Pulaski County 7. Second quarter 8.5, and then they increased to 11 points in the third, and then 3.5 in the fourth quarter. And Pulaski County a little more even keel, but a lot more points being scored in the fourth quarter. So Pulaski County, as we've noted in the games that we've seen from Pulaski County, sometimes a little slow to get started, but they can certainly crank up the offense when they need to. And, of course, the ground and pound from Whitley County, that's pretty much indicative of a team that gets stronger as the game wears on.
Yes, it is. And the key tonight, Jeff, if Whitley County is in 2nd-3, 2nd-2, it's going to be a long night for the Maroons.
Well, there's the kickoff and getting things underway right away. Colonels will field this one, and that's number 48. That's Cody Lewis, who gets the Colonels in action first here. And Colonels electing to get things started on offense.
Yeah, that was a little pooch kick by the Maroon special teams. And one thing you don't want to do, Jeff, is give the Colonels a short field to work with. And, man, they're starting out the Colonels at their own 45-yard line, a short field, 1st and 10.
And a little bit different look on defense tonight for these Pulaski County Maroons. And it's a give right up the middle. And quickly with a first down carry, Boston Bryant, the senior fullback. He is 6'2" and 240 pounds, and he's a load to handle for this defense. And as a matter of fact, a little bit different look for these Colonels trying to slow this run attack down.
Yeah, Pulaski County's defense has played really solid football, Jeff, over the course of about the past month and a half of the season. But that defense is going to be tested severely tonight by this Whitley County rushing attack.
So again, a keeper this time. And the quarterback is Austin Isidro, and he's a sophomore, 6'2", 185 pounds.
Too much yardage, Jeff. 2nd-4, and that's what Johnny Hines talked about. They got to have him in 2nd-8, 2nd-9, not 2nd-4 or less.
And for this team to huddle up, the Colonels are quick to the line of scrimmage on 2nd down now. And here's an option play, and the pitch back. And a nice spin move to get out of a tackle there by Tillman Jackson, another senior running back. So a lot of senior leadership in that backfield behind the sophomore quarterback.
And that play, Jeff, could have easily gone for a loss. And instead, you've got a missed tackle in the backfield, and it goes for a 7-yard pickup. And Whitley County sniffing the red zone already. 1st and 10 at the Pulaski 27-yard line.
And again, quickly back to the line of scrimmage. And this is a straight-ahead carry. And as you said, poor tackling as Boston Bryant will pick up very good yardage again on that carry. And he's going to be pretty close to a first down.
I'll tell you, Pulaski County has not been sharp so far as tackling. Whitley County's ran 4 plays. I've counted about 4 missed tackles.
A little bit different in the pregame warm-up, too. I noticed that a lot more emotion from these Pulaski County Maroons than what you would see as normal. And maybe they're playing with a little too much emotion right now and playing a little tight. So here goes Brian again, and this time straight ahead, and he's going to get the first down yardage. And already the officials moving the chains on the far side as the Colonels have just methodically moved this ball right down, as you said, a short field, Doug. And it's just inside 10 minutes now.
Well, I mean, you're doing the fullback dive straight up the middle, and you're gaining 7, 8 yards every play.
Nothing fancy. Keeper this time, Isidro, and he has a touchdown as he's into the end zone. So the first scoring tonight comes at 9:42 remaining here in the first quarter. And the Colonels look like they're going to be a force to be reckoned with here on the ground.
That's just too easy, Jeff. Not a good defensive series at all for Pulaski County. Too many missed tackles. If they play defense like that tonight, Maroons are going to have a long night.
So now it's looks like they're going to go for 2. And this time it is Isidro who's going to give it off to the fullback again. And they're looking, officiating crew coming in and saying no. So the Maroons with a stop there. And the score will remain 6-0 Pulaski County on the short end of things here as the Whitley County Colonels get on the scoreboard first. So guys, not such a great start to the defense for Pulaski County. No. However, the good news is they're about to put the hands in the ball in the hands of the freshman quarterback, Riley Hall, that we've seen do some pretty terrific things. We'll find out how this Colonel defense will respond.
55-yard drive, 2 minutes, 18 seconds on 6 plays. So they averaged just over 9 yards per play. If that average holds up, Pulaski County will be sitting at home next week in the regional final round. The Maroons have got to shore that defense up and in a hurry.
Well, it's win or go home. And Pulaski County now with an opportunity to answer the bell here. So this will be the kickoff by Tillman Jackson. Tyler Goins and Alec Woldridge back to receive this one. So this one straight away, and Woldridge mishandles this one, and that's dangerous. And he is snowed under in a hurry, and a flag comes flying in for our first penalty of the evening. And we'll find out what this one is all about as the officiating crew comes to share what's going on with us.
We'll get the call right here.
Blocking the back.
Guys, he said a block in the back. There was nobody down there where the flag was thrown. There were about 5 Whitley County Colonels on the tackle, and Woolridge was the only one there.
I'm not sure how you can draw that one up, but that's the call. And so half the distance, and not only the penalty is going to push this Maroons team back even further to start with their first offensive drive. So a swing pass out to Tyler Goins, excuse me. That rather is Aaron Smith, the tight end. And Aaron Smith picks up good yardage and a first down despite the penalty.
And Doug Eads, you'll know that play looks familiar from 2009. I think you saw that same swing pass go for about, 78 yards to set up the final touchdown for the Pulaski County Maroons back in 09. I think that was Johnny Hines throwing a little bit of curveball to Whitley County.
Riley Hall back to the line of scrimmage and checking. And sends Tyler Goins in motion. Empty backfield. That time freezes the linebackers. Tyler Goins is on the reception with a good block, slips a tackle, and gets out across the 25-yard line.
And I think all that running, I think he might have gained a yard. And we've got a Whitley County player down. He's getting up, though.
Well, trying to anyway. And slow to get up is number 77, John Fulton, who's a defensive lineman who got caught up in the traffic.
There was no gain on that catch, by the way.
No gain. Second down. A lot of excitement. Riley Hall set very deep. Now he steps up. And rolling and finds Tyler Goins out there in the corner, but quickly brought down by that defensive effort by the Colonels. And that looked to be Austin Hooper, who was in there for the tackle for the Colonels. If you're just joining us, it's Colonels on top, 6-0 by virtue of a opening touchdown drive. Missed extra point. A little underneath. Mason Hilton hauls this one in, stiff arms for extra yardage, and then pushed out of bounds.
Flag.
And there is a flag on the field. We'll find out what this first penalty on offense.
My guess is it's going to come back.
We'll get the call here.
Sideline warning. Sideline warning on the offense for the first down.
Oh, so there was no flag.
So no flag, but the warning, as you heard. So Pulaski County getting a little excited as they pick up the first down, move the sticks, and are now in Colonel territory here.
35-yard gain on that play, Jeff.
And it looks to me like that Coach Hines, at least early in this contest, is going to go sideline to sideline with this offense and tire down this D. Riley Hall with a check, communicating to his wideouts. 4 of them with Tyler Goins set to his left, and here's a little draw play. Tyler is brought down quickly.
Boston Bryant, number 44.
Boston Bryant is in there in a hurry. And that's going to be an interesting matchup to see the nimbleness of Tyler Goins out there on an island throughout the night in a little one-on-one. And that's just good formation planning. So here's Riley Hall now. Looking, has a man. And that one intended for a big brother, Aaron Hall, and a good defensive effort there to get in there at the last minute to break that one up.
Brings up a 3rd and 10, and if I know Johnny Hines at the 35-yard line of Whitley County.
This is 4-down territory.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and...
yeah, just go ahead and say that right now.
So tight ends in for extra protection this time, but the whistle is blown, and I think this is going to be a timeout asked for by the Colonels. We'll find out. But nonetheless, it is indeed a timeout, and it is charged to Whitley County as usually a spread type offense, and that time they packed in the tight ends and a little extra protection with a couple of guys to go downfield.
I'll tell you, this is an important drive for Pulaski County. Mason Hilton had a phenomenal game last week, had those 2 touchdown catches in the first quarter, and he's picked up right where he left off with a big 35-yard completion on a 3rd and 5 play. But after Pulaski's defense just got manhandled on the first drive, I mean, let's just call it as it is, they were manhandled. And for them to be able to come back and get an answer here would be huge in this football game.
Well, it certainly would, and this is a very physical Colonel team that is out tonight to try to move on in playoff action here. So 3rd and 10, a little play action. Riley Hall trying to find somebody open. I think there was some miscommunication downfield because it looked like that Alec Woolridge and Aaron Smith were in the same area at the same time, and unfortunately it only took one person to cover both of them with that. So Riley with some questions there, but as predicted, 4th and 10, and Johnny Hines is going to go for this one.
Big play, guys.
So here's the snap and the play action. Rolling to his left, but again, nobody open. And that time, there's going to be some question about, was that a clean hit?
Okay,
as you saw there.
Okay, you get me agitated. The Whitehead is letting the sidelines call the game. That looked like a clean block to me.
Well,
and I'm not trying to be a homer, but they're screaming, you cannot let the sidelines call the game for you. That's why you're getting a check, bud. I disagree. I think that was a good block.
well, I knew it was going to be questionable as soon as I saw it. And from my vantage point up here, it looked clean on the shoulder, not in the back. But then again, I'm all the way across the field here from the officiating crew. So that's going to be a turnover on downs. 1st and 10 now for the Colonels. And this Maroons defense certainly has some stepping up to do if they're going to slow down this ground game from the Colonels. So here is the keep. And looked like there might have been some mishandling of that one late. But nonetheless, it's Austin Isidro who's on the carry there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down and 3 as he picks up 7 yards on that particular carry. And again, right back to the same thing that the Maroons have seen in that opening carry. Little delay to the quarterback himself. Nice hole opened up there, but quickly the Maroons got there. They're going to spot the forward progress pretty close to the 1st down mark. And as it stands right now, just from the naked eye, it is indeed, and the officials say 1st down Colonels.
Well, Whitley County so far has done a good job. The Colonels are winning the battle on 1st down. They have done exactly what Johnny Hines said earlier in the week that the Maroons could not allow them to do. They've been in 2nd and 2, 2nd and 1, 2nd and 3 all night long so far.
The Colonels have yet to go to the air, and they're going to stay on the ground, and why not? And there's a flag comes in early on, so this one may be coming back. And we'll see if this run holds up by Boston Bryant.
And the flip side, Pulaski has no answer whatsoever for Boston Bryant. They've not had an answer on defense. They've not had an answer on offense. They can't get him blocked. He's just having his way so far early in this football game. And if this is indeed a hold against Whitley, that's a break for Pulaski.
Yeah, it sure will be. Here's the call. All right, so the chop block will move things back for the Colonels. And Pulaski County needing a little luck, little daylight here on defense. And maybe this will get some momentum swung their way, but it is hard to get momentum when you've got a successful ground game that you're facing if you're on defense. So it's going to be 1st down.
1st and 24.
1st and 24 from the 30-yard line. And the late pitch, and that goes out. And Zach Mills on the reception, but slipped down. And he's going to have a minimal gain. And 2nd down is coming up, and looks like it's going to be 2nd down and
2nd and 21.
Yeah.
Gave him a gain of 3 there. So that's a good job right there by Pulaski stringing that thing out. Now you've got Whitley County in a passing situation, and that's where Pulaski wants them.
Absolutely. That's the problem and issue with a predominant ground game and no passing game. And a good stop up the middle that time.
Much better.
As they unstack things. And that looks like Mason Helton right in there to 44 on 44. Bryant was stopped. And again, we noted that he's a sizable young man. And he stopped in his tracks there by Mason Helton and the rest of the Maroons.
Now you've got Whitley County in a 3rd and 19. So it'll be interesting to see if Coach Jim Black lets Ysidro attempt his first pass of the evening.
And we're going to find out if they attack these corners here. Trying to get somebody out in space, but a good stop there. And that time it looked like Will Mobley was the first man in. And Ysidro is going to be stopped, and 4th down coming up, right?
And, Doug, as you were saying, they do not like to throw the football. As our buddy Paul Wright said, they are conscientious objectors when it comes to throwing the football. They do not like to throw it. So Pulaski should get some good field position out of this.
Only in emergencies.
Yeah, I mean, you've got it 3rd and 19, and you run the quarterback. That should tell you all you need to know. They do not want to pass.
And good pressure that time on special teams. And this punt is only going to trickle down inside the 30-yard line. So good starting field position this time around for the Maroons, and a little momentum as the winds shift just a bit with a defensive stop. It is really the Colonels that shot themselves in the foot with that big penalty.
Yeah, you know, it's just hard to overcome a 15-yard penalty. You know, you might can overcome those, Jeff, in the regular season, but when you're at this point in the season, second week of the playoffs, everybody's a solid football team, and it's just hard to overcome stuff like that.
And it gets tougher as the road continues. So Riley Hall back in the shotgun with a give this time to Tyler Goins. And Goins is spun by the jersey down to the turf after about 3-yard gain.
I don't know if you just saw it right there, but it looked like the
could have been a flag.
Isaiah Jasper just drove Boston Bryant all the way off the field. What was that, Michael Orr style, all the way back from the blind side.
I've seen less called, though, I'll be honest with you.
Approaching the 2.5-minute mark here in the first quarter of round 2 playoff action, and Tyler Goins breaks loose to midfield. There's going to be a big first down for the Pulaski County Maroons. And if Pulaski County can get their ground game going here, and with a little more balanced attack, then maybe they've got something here.
Yeah, a game like this, Jeff, Tyler Goins could be Riley Hall's best friend. Take some pressure off that young man. Because Pulaski has got to be able to establish the run game as well.
Pressure now coming as Riley Hall smartly gets out of bounds as he's inside Colonel territory, and they're going to spot it at about the 46-yard line. So that's going to be a 4-yard pickup. And as the clock stops after the out-of-bounds carry at 2:04 remaining here in this opening period of play in round 2 playoff action. So now it's back to the pistol formation this time for Riley Hall. Hall looking downfield and in the middle, and has Hilton. Good hands that time by Hilton to go up and get the ball. And that's the balance that I was talking about with going to the air and keeping this defense by the Colonels honest. That opened up some lanes not only for Tyler Goins, but continues to put some pressure on the secondary.
Jeff, Riley Hall picking up where he left off, 5 out of 7 for 78 yards already.
He had a career right here in front of us last week. No pressure. Look at all that time. And he's got a man, and it's Tyler Goins for the touchdown. Pulaski County answers with 1:38 remaining here in the first quarter as they tie it up. And an extra point forthcoming as the fireworks go off in Somerset tonight for the first time here at Pulaski County High School. Nice touch, great job of the offensive line that time, giving him all kinds of time back there in the pocket.
29-yard pass he had all day.
And Denny with an extra point attempt. It's up, it's good, and it's a lead for Pulaski County here as they answer big time against the Colonels of Whitley County. And it's MVPSportsChannel.com and our broadcast of high school football playoff action here in Somerset, Kentucky tonight. And Doug, a near capacity crowd for the Pulaski County Maroons as well as the visiting Whitley County Colonels fan base who have made the trip from Williamsburg.
Yeah, Whitley County brought a lot of folks over here tonight. And Pulaski got a good crowd as well. And if this first quarter, Jeff's any indication of things to come, they're going to see a whale of a football game. I think Johnny Hines probably said it best in the preview article. He said, get here early. We'll sell you a ticket for one seat, but you'll probably just need the edge of it. That's the kind of game Coach Hines was expecting.
Well, it is indeed our game of the week here on MVPSportsChannel.com. Always exciting.
Look at this. Whitley County doesn't have anybody.
Nobody back.
No, I'd kick it deep. There you go.
And they are.
That's a live ball.
Yes, it is, and that's going to be fielded right at the 1 yard line. And that was trying to get a number on who that was going flying in there, and I didn't get the number. But again, the special team showing up here for Pulaski County, and very, very alert by the kicker.
I think that was a mistake by Whitley County. You've got to have one guy deep, because when a team sees everybody at the 35, they're going to kick it deep.
Ball spotted across the 5-yard line, and it's a long field for the Colonels, who will go to the ground game straight ahead and quickly swallow it up. And again, that's going to be Boston Bryant, who is quickly met in the hole.
Well, now, Pulaski's made an adjustment. He's getting on this defense early. That play all of a sudden is going nowhere.
Well, I noticed tonight that there was looked like an extra linebacker starting for the Maroons, and Brian looked like they had some extra help there. And again, this is a carry, and it's going to be maybe a yard and a half, and that's all. So it's going to bring up another big third down and deep in our own territory for the Colonels.
And I tell you what, this reminds me a lot of the 2009 game where Whitley County came in here and ran roughshod early on against the Maroons. The Maroons shut the run game down, and Whitley County proved they could not pass the ball in that game.
Yeah, and Brian, I'm going to make a prediction here. I know it's 3rd and 8. They're not going to throw the ball here. I would be shocked. This deep in their own territory, the Colonels. I'll look for Whitley County to run it here.
Last time they tried to get to the edge and get to the outside, and you may see the same thing here. Little misdirection. And again, this is going to be a good stop. Look like Will Mobley in there again for that stop.
I don't know what kind of adjustment they made, but they're flat getting to the ball carrier now. It's almost like they've quit trying to read the quarterback and just went after the man with the ball, or just went after the assignment and really played some good defense.
And you hear this crowd coming to life here in Pulaski County. And they are saluting their Maroons with a big, big stop. And a big 4th down as we wrap up quarter number 1. Pulaski County with a 1-point advantage here as we get ready for quarter number 2. We'll be back in just a moment here on MVPSportsChannel.com.
Ashley was not only my little sister, she was a best friend. She was very giggly. If you could get her to laugh really hard, she would even snort sometimes. It was so funny. This is the text from me that my sister was reading right before she flipped her car and was killed on impact.
It's MVPSportsChannel.com. Jeff Wicks along with Doug Eads, Brian Abner, and the entire crew here for MVP. And getting ready for second quarter action. And it's a big 4th down here, 4th and 6. And a punting situation deep in their own territory for the Whitley County Colonels and the Pulaski County Maroons, hoping to take advantage of this. So here's the snap and no pressure. And this is a nice punt that's going to be out near midfield. And does take a slight break for the Whitley County Colonels, but it's still going to be starting position in Colonel territory for Riley Hall and the Maroons.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Boston Bryant didn't work in the concession stand during pregame, did he? He's done everything else. He's making tackles at his middle linebacker spot. He's running the football. He's punting. He's just an outstanding football player, and he's a load. I mean, but kudos to Pulaski's defense for the adjustment the Maroons have made, because they've stuffed him the last couple series. And that, I got a feeling that's easier said than done.
Tyler Goins now at the middle, and he is wrapped up at the shoulder pad level there and spun to the ground after a gain of a couple. And so that's going to be 2nd and 8 coming up, right?
Jeff, I don't know if you guys got a score first quarter over at Harlan County, tied at 7, Harlan County, Madison Southern. So a nice game over there as well.
And that one obviously has some implications for the winner of this game. All with the play action. Pressure coming and reverses. And a nice spin move.
Great fake by Riley.
Riley looks like he's ready for basketball season.
They might have got Whitley County on a late hit, guys. I got a feeling it's a late hit on somebody.
You see that flag there on the field.
Block in the back.
So the block in the back is going to march things in the opposite direction for the Maroons.
I thought that was going to be a late hit after the play was over, the way the flag came in so late. But, Doug, does that remind you of a young man that used to wear number 18 over here dancing around the backfield, picking up some yardage?
Yes, it does. And, man, we've talked all year about what a mature, poised quarterback Riley Hall is. But now Pulaski, and they're saying second down, or is it third down?
Well, it should be second down.
Should be second down.
It is second down. They changed it across the way now to second down. So second down and 20 yards to go for the Maroons. Play action. Looking to throw back to Tyler Goins, and not sure if that one was intended to just be thrown away, but it was a smart move by Riley Hall. So that's going to bring up third down and 20 yards to go.
See, that's a play that you'd expect come from a senior, Jeff. Live to play the next play.
Good placement of the ball that time to make sure that nobody got that one. Hall now surveys the defense. Defense showing pressure. Does not come delayed, but a long pass. Alec Woolridge, and that's a little too long. There was some contact, but just some incidental stuff at about the 30-yard line. And that's going to fall incomplete. And fourth down coming up for the Maroons. And most likely a punting situation here. We've seen Johnny Hines go for it on fourth down, but probably not when the ball is spotted back at your own 40.
No, not on a 4th and 20 also. So Pulaski kind of took a page out of Whitley County's playbook. A big penalty just absolutely kills that drive. We got whistles over here. The line judge.
All right, so Whitley County gets a timeout.
That's the Colonel's second timeout.
Second indeed, and we're at 10:47 remaining here in this second quarter of play. Johnny Hines, you see in your shot with the broad brim. We were discussing hats a little bit earlier tonight. I brought mine. It's cool, but it's not cold out here. Like we actually had a little cooler night last Friday night here in this same location. So I think that the cold weather may have had a little bit to do with the slow start for the Maroons last week.
Well, I'm glad Johnny Hines went back to the Bobby Bowden style hat, because that hat he wore a couple years ago where he looked like a tour guide at Jurassic Park, that just did not work for me.
That was atrocious.
Oh, my goodness. I still give him grief over that.
Well, I'm thinking about going down and comparing notes on our broad brim hats a little bit later on. So here's a nice punt this time from the Maroons, and it hits a Maroon in the back. And thank goodness this one is stopped there by the Maroon special team. Christian Coots scoops that one up. And at the 26-yard line is where they'll get things underway for the Whitley County Colonels. And the Colonels coming in with their 7-4 as they come into this game tonight. And back under center, Isidro. And he goes to Boston Bryant, who gets out for first down yardage on the first down carry.
Missed tackle.
He is not going to be someone that is going to be slowed up on the first contact. And you got to wrap up if you're a Pulaski County Maroon in order to slow him for some team help. And I think that may have been some of the adjustment was the extra help showing up to the ball on the last defensive effort by the Maroons. So again, it's first down. And why not go right back to the horse that you rode into this situation? Bryant on the carry, and looks like he's going to get a
gain of
pretty good spot, about 5 yards.
Across town over at the Briar Patch in Class 2A, Somerset over Lexington Christian 14-0 as they go to the second quarter. If you remember, what was it, Doug, about 3 weeks ago, Lexington Christian led Somerset most of that game before losing late.
Yep, they got beat 12-9. Low-scoring game, so Somerset's already scored more points in one quarter than they did the entire game in that first meeting.
And back to the fullback. He's out near the first down marker. Actually, that time that's Austin Hooper who gets the carry that time. As Bryant actually gets an opportunity to catch his breath on the sidelines.
He's probably tired from all the running.
3rd and short. In this direction. Quickly in there. Good stop by the Pulaski County Maroons as Tillman Jackson goes maybe a yard short of the line of scrimmage, so that's going to bring it 3rd down and 2.
Carl Blow with a big stop. He was the first one there for the Maroons, and Doug, I think he's up over 100 tackles now in the season, is he not?
Yeah, I would say so, and Whitley County's going for it, guys. Or at least they're going to show that look. Watch a hard count here.
45-yard line. They got 2 yards to go for a first down.
Watch the hard count.
The crowd comes to life for Pulaski County. And here is the lean. And depending on the spot, let me have this one up by according to the far side. The far side says no. The near side.
Oh, near side gave him a great spot. That's a full yard difference.
Who carried?
Guys, the far side judge, Greg, you can see him. He came in a full yard short of what the near side judge gave him.
That's Austin Hooper on that carry. And Hooper is a junior running back.
Christmas came early.
5'10", 200 pounds. And
wow.
Personally, I thought he got just about a half a football. So back to action. And straight ahead. And there again is a big stop. It was Kyle Varney in on the first contact to drive him backwards. Austin had a shoulder.
He's got to pull his pants up.
Nah, he's hurt. His shoulder's hurt, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, he is not going to be doing that by himself there. Boston Bryant, as you saw in your shot, hanging that right arm, and so that contact was huge, and that may be one of our superior collision of the game nominees, because that one may play very, very large in this game.
That definitely is a superior collision of the game nominee right there as the Maroons fight got after him.
We'll award that at the end of the contest. Keeper by Isidro, who is dropped for a loss, and there's a flag in the play. So we'll find out about this infraction by our officiating crew.
They threw it in the middle of the line, and I did not see Pulaski jump.
It looked like a hold from the position that it was. We'll find out here before we speculate further.
These guys are missing. They're seeing a different game than I am.
Doug, he was 15 yards behind the play. That's the back judge making that call.
Good
when there were 3 other referees looking right there.
They're seeing something I'm not seeing, fellas. And I don't mean to, I apologize. I don't mean to sound like a homer. My goodness.
So it's going to be 2nd and 6 now after that penalty. And this time it's a pitch to the outside. And another flag comes flying in as
makeup call, maybe.
Zach Mills.
I hope.
illegal block against Pulaski coming here.
You may have an illegal block against the Maroons with the way this crew's
Well, Zach Mills was trying to get to the edge. And here's the call. So that penalty, as you said, kind of nullifies the previous.
And guys, I don't mean to get on the officials, maybe I do, but on that play where Ysidro was stopped, there was not a face mask. Not there. Now, somebody might have grabbed a face mask of a lineman or something that I didn't see, but on the tackle where the flag came in, if that's what they called, they totally blew that one.
Well, if you're going to make that call, you could make that call on every play.
Every play.
Somebody's getting hit in the face mask on every single play.
2nd and 10. And again, here's the pitch and great pressure. Tillman Jackson. And a big defensive play there for the Maroons, who needed to kind of get out of this quandrum that they were in, especially with a flag-laden effort here in the last couple of plays from offense. As we approach 6 minutes now here in the first half. Pulaski County with a 1-point advantage, 7-6.
And guys, Whitley County 3rd and long, and there's Boston Bryan on the sideline.
He is indeed. And you may see him go to the air here. No. But you see, the Sidro is on the keeper, gets great yardage that time. Looked like that the defense was a little hesitant to come up there and stop him. But nonetheless, they contain, and it's going to be 4th down and about 4 yards to go as they're into Maroon territory now. And this one spotted at the 47-yard line.
And Coach Black, at least initially, showing punt. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a little shocked. I thought they might go for it, being on the Pulaski side of midfield. And Brian is out there in punt formation, and we may have a timeout by Pulaski just to talk this one over.
It is indeed, from Pulaski County's perspective, time to talk things over. Brian?
Yeah, Doug had that right. They went for it on my own side of the 50, and now you have it 4th and 3, 4th and 4 on the Pulaski side of the field. But maybe they must have thought that, hey, 4th and 1, we have a better shot at picking it up than 4th and 4. But the Maroons defense, take away a couple of those penalties, this drive would be over already.
Yeah, and probably, not trying to talk for Coach Black, but, outside of not getting the first down, he didn't want to give Pulaski the football at their own 45 to 47-yard line.
And I think that may have been a bigger factor in that decision, is the fact that obviously they had some success on that last drive, and you don't want to have them go up and build a lead on you, especially when you don't have an opportunity to get back in action with a passing attack.
I will say this, great timeout by Johnny Hines, because I promise you, he talked about 2 things. He said, watch the hard count, don't get a cheap offsides and give them a first down. Probably also, Brian and Jeff, reminded them Boston Bryant's back on the field in punt formation, which would be a long run, but he is back out there, so hopefully his shoulder is not messed up. And
Coach decides that, you know what, we're going to take advantage of your timeout, and we're going to get
changed
things.
his mind.
Yes, indeed. So defense adjusting, and that hard count almost for Pulaski County offsides. It is indeed.
They tricked themselves, guys.
Well, sometimes when you're an offensive lineman down in that position for a long time with a long count, and especially anticipating that, it's hard to stay in that position without moving.
I tell you what, it'd be interesting to ask Coach Black after the game, because I wonder if they were actually going to snap it there, or they were going to try to get. They almost got Pulaski on a cheap one there, and what happened? They tricked themselves.
4:59 now. Punting situation is coming up, and a good punt here, and this one's going to be inside the 20-yard line, back at the 14.
Now, here's a block in the back.
And Tyler Goins stepping through tackles, and there's a flag comes in finally at the tail end of that play as Tyler Goins tiptoes his way out at the 30, just short of the 30-yard line, right?
Doug, I think we're going to see a block in the back here. What do you think?
I saw that.
There was about 4 of them at one return.
They got that one right.
Plenty to choose from. So we'll get the call on the field.
Got that one right. Good call.
Well, the odds were with you.
Well, if Coach Hines was asking for a number on that one, the referee could have given him about 14 numbers on that play. 11 plus the 11 players on the field plus 3 on the sideline, because there was a bunch of blocks in the back on that play.
No, if you're a Pulaski fan, you got no argument on that one.
1st and 10 situation. And 4:46 to work with here for the Maroons. Riley Hall takes the snap. Tyler Goins, he'll push across the 25. And again, get back to near the 30, or rather the 26-yard line. No big hurry here for the Maroons.
Gain of 7, Jeff, so that's a nice job on 1st down. I'd say Pulaski like to burn a little clock here, but maybe speed it up if they can get to midfield. They'd like to punch one in here before halftime.
They certainly took a lot longer in the huddle that time, so they're in their 4-minute offense. It looks like a little swing pass out to Goins. Good block there. And Mason Hilton was out there to settle the deal and give him an extra 5 yards. And it's going to be a 1st down here for the Maroons.
Near the 30-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. Pulaski.
And guys, I know we've had an opportunity to see Mason Hilton over the last few weeks, and he sort of has come into his own here in the last 2 or 3 games that we've seen, and Hilton's done an outstanding job.
He's been a threat.
Blocking, receiving, playing defense, and back to the ground game. It's Tyler Goins who dances and is going to get across the 30-yard line, and as they say in my neck of the woods, maybe a smidge more. That is the extent of it. So this is going to be second down coming up. So breaking the 3-minute threshold here. And this is a little toss back to the inside. Tyler Goins, lucky feet by Tyler Goins. Very incredible. And you see some aberration there from Tyler Goins who says, I got this. I got this. We just talked about Hilton and how he's really come out at the conclusion of this season. And you see Tyler Goins wanting to make sure that his name is mentioned in your column here.
Yep.
Doug, you got to.
It's amazing how they've been able to run that shovel pass every game, once or twice per game, with the success that they've been able to do that, Paul.
And here comes pressure. And a good read that time by Riley Hall. Tyler Goins pulls this one in, and almost is a step away from breaking this one. But I got to tell you, again, it was Aaron Smith out there. But Riley Hall is down, and he's hurt. He took a late hit.
Yeah.
A shot.
No flag.
It's a coaching staff out.
I'm hoping he just had the wind knocked at him because he got blown up, but I don't know that it was a late hit. The guy came off the left edge of Whitley's defense.
And I'll give Riley this. He stood in there and looked right down the barrel of that one coming and let go at the last possible second. So it looks like Riley's going to be attended to.
My question is, why has the chains not been moved?
I think at this point in time, so Riley Hall is back up and on his feet.
What was that call? I couldn't hear.
There was a hold.
On the defense?
It was a holding against Pulaski County on the play is what they called. they're going to move the ball all the way back to the 46-yard line of Pulaski County. So that's going to end up being about a 45-yard penalty.
That's going to nullify that. Big play.
Riley Hall, if he's okay, will have to set out one play, so Aaron Smith will be your quarterback.
And Aaron Smith, who played quarterback here last year, starting quarterback for the Pulaski County Maroons. So when you go down the depth chart from the freshman to the former starting quarterback, it's pretty good as Smith will take it on the carry and get right to center field. And we'll see if Riley comes back in. And he does not. And again, Smith checking to the sidelines. Now on second down. This time he'll fake it, and he throws it Smith himself, who puts the look on the defense. And it's a first down Maroons, and the clock running. Momentarily stopped at 1:37. So plenty of time here for Aaron Smith and company.
You ever heard the expression country strong? That's what Aaron Smith is. I promise you, he does not care to take a hit from anybody in a white jersey.
And you know he work for UPS because he delivered it that time. First down, Aaron Smith looks to pass, pulls it down, and decides I'll just hang on to this one.
Late hit, no flag.
Guys, I don't know if you saw it on the play before. Boston Bryant went out of the game and almost looked like he was punch drunk. He was a little bit of a stagger as he went across the way there, and that young man has to be worn out. He's done everything for Whitley County here in the first half.
And he's taking some punishment too, so.
Guys, Aaron Smith was lying on the ground, and somebody came in and speared him. No flag. I got to be honest with you. I've not been impressed with these officials at all. And you get playoff games based on your grade that you got throughout the season. I'll say this, whatever area of the state these guys are from, they grade it on a curve.
You think this is a remedial course?
They grade it on a curve, I can promise you that.
Here's a score from over across town at Somerset. It's now 20-0 Somerset. And you talk about a team that's cranked it up a notch here in the playoffs. Somerset Bar Jumpers, Coach Lucas has them really clicking on all cylinders here as they go into the playoffs.
You know, that's a great thing about here in the city of Somerset. Two teams to cheer for into the playoffs tonight.
And guys, Riley Hall's back on the field.
And sometimes after getting a big look like that, you take a couple plays off to make sure. You're going to find out the fortitude here of Riley Hall as he sends Tyler Goins in motion. Back to the swing pass, back to Smith, who is rolled out of bounds. So this will be third down and a loss of a couple there.
That's two times Isaiah Jasper has taken his man and blocked him all the way to the sideline.
Riley ready to go now. Rose to his right side, looking, waiting, finds a man, and again Smith. He makes the first tackle, off the second tackle, does pick up the first down yardage for the Maroons.
And Doug, of all the times that Pulaski had been called for blocks in the back, they just got away with a big one right there, as I couldn't see the number of it. Came back and just centered up somebody right in the back and got away with it.
Pulaski County now with clock rolling just inside the 40-second mark, and that's a spike of the ball. And it's going to be 36 seconds remaining here. And certainly these Maroons would like to capitalize on this opportunity here. And then they'll get the ball back to start the opening of the second half.
That's a good point. Surprisingly, Whitley County won the toss tonight and elected to get the football. 99% of the time, you see teams defer.
You'll see them defer, yes.
Seemed to work out for them as they scored on that.
Oh, yeah.
On that, but now Pulaski's playing with free money here. They're going to get this possession plus another one to start the second half.
So here's the second down snap after the spike. A little shovel back to the inside.
Nothing.
And not only that, but it's
And
Aaron
now Pulaski's
Smith on a Pulaski County timeout is used and burned for this one.
County, the third and final timeout.
And I think that's PC's last timeout, so you got a third down. I'm going to guess, guys, that Pulaski needs, I'm not saying he couldn't make it from here, but they need about 5 to 10 yards to give Burgett a legit shot for a field goal.
Well, actually, with the temperature the way it is tonight, yeah, Burgett they need at least, I would say, a good 10 yards to give him a shot.
Well, you see it's cool enough there that you can see the breath from the huddle of the Colonels. Coach Black talking it over, trying to keep Pulaski County out of the end zone and off the scoreboard here for an extra opportunity.
3rd and 11, guys, for PC. The Maroons have got to get positive yardage of some sort on this play.
And they've certainly got to hurry after completion unless they score here. This one's right down the middle. As Hilton gets popped in the back, and he's going to be slow to get up.
Well, he took a shot, Jeff. Just as he went up to get that football, he took a shot in the kidneys, and now it's 1st and goal for the Maroons. 24 seconds left in the half, Doug.
Time to hold it going up in traffic. Here comes the spike of the ball. Ronnie Hall. And yes, indeed, he was hammered as soon as he was hit, but a lot of guys would have probably not came down with that one. But Hilton, good hands, very good hands. I've been very impressed with his route running as well as catching the ball high and away from the body with those hands.
Bench formation, Aaron Smith at quarterback.
And here goes Smith up and over. First half of play is Pulaski County in front of the home crowd.
Big score there, guys, and this is a huge, huge extra point, and we got a man coming in late.
So here is the kick by Burgett. Good job by the holder to get that one corrected, and it is now 14-6 lead by Pulaski County Maroons. Coming in as a slight underdog in this particular contest here.
Probably, and guys, Jeff, I'm going to kind of steal your thunder, something you said earlier. In the first game and a half of the postseason, has Mason Hilton made an impact at the tight end position? Young man right now in this game has 3 catches for 76 yards, none bigger than that 23-yard reception that set up the touchdown.
We talk about Mason Hilton. Let's keep in mind that he's a freshman, by the way. But he's 6'2" and 221 pounds, and that was before breakfast this morning. So he's a lord. And with that kind of talent, you got a freshman quarterback. You got a freshman tight end.
You got freshmen everywhere.
And this is a young Pulaski County, and that's what I was going to ask about. The youth coming in, Pulaski County.
Whitley County got a man back this time.
And Whitley County does indeed. But Zach Mills, just in case they decide to kick this one deep again. It looks like that this one is going to be more of a scribble. And it's actually picked up at the 30-yard line. And about 3 yards is all they're going to get on the return. They're going to have 10 seconds to work with. And when you've got a ground game and not a single pass thrown yet tonight by these Colonels, you got to think they're going to just run it to the corner, maybe hoping to get something, break something free. But Pulaski County going to fade back on the secondary a little bit.
Yeah,
Give them
2 deep safeties.
Well, here's the keeper. And that should run out the clock. And clock is stopped with 1.5 seconds remaining here.
42-yard line.
And this will be a second down.
Timeout. Whitley County.
And it is a
final charge. Timeout.
So neither team now with a timeout here in the first half. It's Whitley County. And of course Whitley County comes in by virtue of a 41-20 victory over North Laurel last week. Pulaski County rolling up 56 points on Letcher County Central. And
I'll say this, Jeff. This has been a very, very physical football game. There's been some popping going on out there.
well, North Laurel is one of those common opponents. And Whitley County beat them 41-20, and Pulaski County won 28-21 in a comeback game here on MVP Sports Channel, as we were on the road to North Laurel to see that one against the Jaguars.
Yeah, these guys are 3-1 against 4 common opponents. Identical records against all 4 schools.
Again, a keeper. Isidro with first down carry, but the time is out as he gets across the midfield, and that's going to bring us to halftime. We're Pulaski County.
Well, we got a flag. So
And I was afraid of that.
hold the phone.
Yes.
For the 5-yard first down on the defense at the end of the run, which will result in 1 one-time down.
All right, so a one play here and an untimed down. So essentially you got...
Tell you what, these guys can spot a face mask penalty, can't they?
They're bird dogging on that one, that's for sure.
There's been more 5-yard face mask penalties called in this game than there has all year.
So it's first and goal essentially from the 46th for the Colonels here. And no surprise, Isidro is dropped there. And that's there. The senior is registers yet another tackle, and that will take the teams to the locker room at halftime. And again, the Maroons leading here 14-6 as we take you to halftime and tell you we'll keep you up to date on all the scores, and we'll get you up to date on scores, of course, across the state of Kentucky as well as Tennessee. We'll have a scoreboard for you coming up tomorrow, and all of the scores across both states, and we'll have them for you on MVPSportsChannel.com. Hey, don't forget, while you're at halftime and you're grabbing your popcorn, your soft drink, make sure that you let all the folks know, all your friends on Facebook, or send the link to your friends on Twitter. Let them know that they can go to MVPSportsChannel.com and catch all the action here from Somerset, Kentucky tonight on a cool Friday night. And we'll be back as we take you to halftime in just a few moments right here on MVPSportsChannel.com.
Ashley was not only my little sister, she was a best friend. She was very giggly. If you could get her to laugh really hard, she would even snort sometimes. It was so funny. This is the text from me that my sister was reading right before she flipped her car and was killed on impact.
At the Don Franklin family of dealerships, you're going to love your new truck.
Hey, Mr. Franklin, we love our new truck. I love my new truck.
Hey, Mr. Franklin, I love my new truck.
I love my new truck.
We have 7 dealerships and over 1,000 vehicles to choose from. With 45 years in the business, we know how to treat you right. Come by and see us today or visit us at www.donfranklinauto.com. At the Don Franklin family of dealerships, you're going to love your new truck too.
Well, Mariah was bubbly and vivacious. If she came up and gave you a hug, she had to twirl you around in the process.
And Mariah didn't know a stranger. It didn't matter who she was around or who was she with. She treated them like she knew them for the longest time.
This is the text my daughter was reading when she drove into oncoming traffic.
The price you see is the price you pay with our new Total Confidence pricing at Don Franklin Chevy Buick GMC in Somerset. Save over $4,500 on this new 2012 Chevy Silverado LS. Total Confidence priced at $20,240. Save over $6,200 on this new 2012 Chevy Silverado Extended Cab 4x4. Total Confidence priced at $28,140. Chevy Confidence at Don Franklin Chevy Buick GMC in Somerset.
At the Don Franklin family of dealerships, you're going to love your new truck.
Hey, Mr. Franklin, we love our new truck. I love my new truck.
Hey, Mr. Franklin, I love my new truck.
I love my new truck.
We have 7 dealerships and over 1,000 vehicles to choose from. With 45 years in the business, we know how to treat you right. Come by and see us today or visit us at www.donfranklinauto.com. At the Don Franklin family of dealerships, you're going to love your new truck too.
My phone would ring, and it'd be him saying, "Hi, Ma, what you doing?" And he knew that I was at work. And just those little things throughout the day, he'd always say, "I love you. I love you, Ma." This is the unfinished text message that our son was typing when he drove off the road and died of a massive skull fracture.
Halftime is wrapping up here in Pulaski County. By the way, as you see there on your screen, our chain gang is made up of some of the folks in fatigues across the way. And don't forget Veterans Day coming up on Sunday, and a salute to our veterans and the service that they have provided for our country. Thank you very much to veterans near and far, and happy to be providing MVPSportsChannel.com to military families in and around the country and, of course, across the globe. And Brian Abner is a veteran. We'll even salute you this weekend, Brian.
Doug needs stand-up salute. Come on now.
Well, if we have to. Daggone it. Hey, guys, I heard something very interesting at halftime that I did not know. We were talking about Ysidro, not throwing the football.
Yes.
I was told the young man has a torn labrum in his throwing arm. He can't
stop it.
He can't throw the football.
Well, I was going to say, that'll stop it.
That'll do it. Jeff Hicks along with Brian Abner and Doug Eads here as second half gets underway in Somerset, Kentucky tonight. Pulaski County High School leads us this one 14-6. And we get ready for second half action. And the Maroons will go on offense first here. And this is Alec Woolridge, and lots of speed. And the first tackle is broken. And Woolridge will get out across the 30-yard line, near the 35-yard line. And that's where Riley Hall and the Maroons will go back in action on offense.
Guys, Whitley County doesn't like to throw the football with a healthy quarterback. So if you've got a kid with a torn labrum that apparently can't throw, if you're Johnny Hines, the perfect scenario here would be to get about a 4 to 5 minute drive and go all the way down and score and extend this lead out. If you could do that, Whitley County, you could really have the Colonels on the ropes early here in the third quarter.
And, of course, we saw their big fullback also with a couple of injuries early in the first half. Tyler Goins back to business and out to the 40-yard line on his first carry of the second half. And that'll bring up second down for the Maroons. Have you been surprised at the ground attack by Pulaski County here against this Colonel defense?
Not really. I mean, Goins now has 36 yards. Aaron Smith with 21. They ran the ball, Jeff, I think, effective just enough to make these play-action passes effective. Riley Hall, 13 out of 18 in the first half for 170 yards.
Spreading the wealth around. Back to the ground. It's Tyler Goins breaking free. And brought down from behind as he gets into Colonel territory. Across the 45, and he'll be brought down and spotted at the 41-yard line.
And Jeff, people don't realize how big Tyler Goins is. He doesn't look that big. He runs so straight up and down. But the young man goes, what is it, Doug, 6'2", about 220.
He's a load.
And he is a load. The young man can flat move with the football.
I was standing next to him earlier. They were down here at the Pulaski County Stadium earlier with a pregame meal, and I saw Tyler, and you're right. He's a good-sized fella, and here's Hall with a little swing pass, but no blocking. Aaron Smith, but there is some laundry on the field. And this will be sorted out here again by this officiating crew. And,
maybe.
Well, they'll come up with some conclusion, whether you agree with it or not. back to more information.
Looks like they're talking to Whitley, so this must be going against Pulaski. Imagine that.
Not that Doug is surprised. All right, so second down, so they'll wave that one off. And second down and 13 to go here for the Maroons. And Pulaski County hoping to make the most of this second half opening play of this drive. Goins back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. We're talking about the ground game and the running attack of Pulaski County. A little bit different from the methodology of the Colonels. And they spread the wealth around with everybody getting in on that. Smith, Woodridge, and there's a motion from the left guard. And the Maroons going to back things up 5 yards.
So now you got 3rd and 15.
But that's okay. Johnny Hines has got a thick playbook.
You know, good time to mention this probably. Aaron Hall, shut out so far. No catches.
We've only seen him targeted one time. And you think with his younger brother, he might have had some influence and said, you want to throw it my way? I can. You might remember I can catch the ball. So the play here, 3rd and 15. And it's speaking of Aaron Hall, right on cue, targeted, but that one goes incomplete as Riley Hall couldn't get his shoulder square around, get pressure up time by the Colonel defense, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 15 to go. Most likely a punting situation, but it is Coach Johnny Hines, and we don't know.
Guys, it shows you penalties will kill a drive no matter where you're at on the field. Both teams have had some killer penalties taking away good drives tonight.
Good point, Brian. And here comes the punt. Pressure by the Colonels. And they're going to let this one trickle inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 18. And I'm not sure why I think that was an inadvertent flag there, just fell out of the official's pocket. He might want to tuck that in. And
guys, dare I say it, up here in the press box, getting a little chillier.
Well, that's part of playoff football. You would hope that it would have a little.
Says the man sitting behind the window in the glass there.
Hey, I drank a cold soft drink. Get off me.
That's what I thought. Back to that grounded pound. And again, it's more of the same. It's Boston Bryant, senior fullback, straight ahead. And you see the Maroons unstacking Jacob Gross there off the bottom of that pile.
Brian, 52 yards on 11 carries. Go ahead, Brian.
I was going to say Colin Howell Blair also in there on the bottom of that tackle for the Maroons. Blair has been all over the field tonight for Pulaski County.
What else is new? We've seen that all year.
2nd and 8 now coming up for the Colonels. From the shotgun this time. And the Isidro is hammered and flag. Imagine that.
Jacob Denny again, I think, with another superior collision candidate right there, guys.
Jacob Gross is pointing towards Whitley County.
And you hear the referee indicating that it's a hold, and this is going to come back.
I'm going to say this. If Isidro is playing this game with a torn labrum, if I'm his teammate, he's at the top of my respect meter. Because he's ran the ball really effectively, guys. He had 11 carries for 71 yards at halftime.
At this point in time, if I got a hangnail, I'm looking for an excuse to be on the bench. Isidro on the pitch. And he's shown a little daylight, but not too much, and he's pushed out of bounds by George Gregory. And that's Tillman Jackson on that carry. Jackson's had a fairly productive night tonight for the Colonels, and the Colonels have, as Brian said, it's really been about the penalties that have kept the Colonels.
It has. The penalties have hurt, and Whitley County is a team that is not made to pick up 3rd and long, 4th and long, 2nd and long. Like Pulaski can throw the ball.
3rd and 7 in the pitch back. This time evading that first tackler.
First down.
Good job, Zach Mills leaning for the first down in that second effort. And that one could have been dropped for a loss, but a good job by Mills to escape there and pick up the first.
Yeah, and a nice gain. It looked like he was going to be dropped for about a 7 or 8 yard loss, and that would have stalled the drive, but now all of a sudden it's 1st and 10, and Whitley County with a little bit of breathing room.
So the Colonels get off the ropes there and pick up a fresh set of downs.
That was a 3rd and 7, guys.
Back to the middle and a hurdle this time. And I don't know about you, but it looks like whatever he got at the halftime cured Boston Bryant, and a very athletic move there at the end of that to pick up first down.
I tell you what, when that Diesel gets to moving, you don't want to get in front of him. And not only did he make the moves and run people over, he showed how he could show his footwork and jumping over people as well.
6'2", 240 hurdler coming at you. Fresh sticks here near midfield. And a keeper by Isidro. And he's going to cross the 50. And not much more. So it's going to be a pickup maybe around 30 yards. And Christian County, or rather Whitley County's Colonels are starting to pick up a little confidence and a little momentum as they move things out of the shadow of their own goalpost here in the second half and try to break into Maroon territory for the first time in the second half. Little delay draw there. That time Isidro is upended, and he's going to be about a yard short of a first down with 6:20 remaining here in the third quarter.
3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2. Whitley County got a nice drive going. Big play for both teams right here, fellas.
There's certainly a big stop, and there's going to be a penalty flag prior to, and it looks like a false start by the Colonels.
Somebody was rocking, but now we'll see what they call.
Offsides against Pulaski is what they're calling.
That's terrible.
Very eager on that one.
Somebody must have lined up over the ball there is all I can get, guys, because the official threw the flag early on in that set.
So that's a mental mistake by Pulaski County that will get things moving even farther into Maroon territory. It looks like answer that time by this Maroon defense, and a first down carry that time by Bryant, and that one stopped suddenly.
Jacob Gross, submarine there, and he made a great stop.
Guys, Bryant was on the ground for 3 seconds before they blew the whistle.
Tell you what, the Maroon defense, Jacob Gross up front, getting the job done right there. He and Varney along with Colin Howell Blair.
So now 2nd and 11. Back to the middle. And back to the workhorse Bryant, who stumbles and rumbles and he picks up a first down.
That's almost unfair, a kid that big getting over top of would-be tacklers and running like he does at 240 pounds.
There's going to be some Maroons with some footprints on the back of their jerseys when this one's all said and done with, because Bryant is just stepping on people.
Third and about a half yard, guys.
Back to the well again. And this time it's going to be very close, and they do get a first down. Actually, they got by a couple of yards.
And Boston Bryant comes off the field. He has to be worn out. They've ridden him hard here tonight so far, and we're just early on in the third quarter. About 4 minutes left here in the third quarter of play, and Whitley County with a nice drive that started on their own, Doug, 18-yard line?
Yes, it did.
So here's the misdirection in the pitch. And this time was Zach Mills.
Nice play by Aaron Smith.
Yes, very good job by Aaron Smith to come in there and stop that one. This looked like we had a little daylight there for a second, a little hesitation, and then Smith closed the door in a hurry. Ball spotted.
Gave him a gain of 1. 2nd and 9, so Pulaski wins the battle on first down.
The Colonels with 10 seconds on the play clock. Again, it's a swing of Maroons to come in there and stop that one for another loss.
And it looks like no matter what here, it looks like it's going to be 4-down territory for Whitley County. And we'll see if they get Boston Bryant. As we say that, he comes back onto the field.
And Colin Halbreyer comes on for the Maroons.
Gee, wonder where this ball's going.
I know what the odds are. Look at the dirty jersey. And a big number 44 coming at you. But it's a keeper and a nice little option pitch.
Missed tackle in the backfield.
Tillman Jackson, if he had kept his footing, may have been a little closer for that first down attempt, but he's brought down at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, the Maroons had him stopped in the backfield, and this could have been a 4th and 13, 4th and 14. Instead, it's about a 4th and 6 coming up here for Whitley.
Encouraging the crowd. And it's a keeper again by Isidro. Short, turnover on downs. And Pulaski County is going to have it.
We're putting in the 18-yard line.
Pulaski County with an opportunity now and a lot of real estate ahead of them. 2 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the third quarter as Pulaski County taking over on downs. Big defensive stop there that time by the Maroons.
Huge. How much time's left, guys? I can't see the clock.
It's 2:04. So here's a high snap. Goins dropped in the backfield, and a nice job that time by Luke Woods, who comes in. Woods is a freshman for the Colonels. So this is going to bring up second down now. Aaron Hall to the near side. Wildridge to the far side. Riley Hall, as you see, barking out signals. Freshman quarterback getting some pressure, feeling that and stepping up, and is going to be brought down at the 20-yard line.
That's the second time tonight Whitley County's brought pressure off the left edge unblocked. Riley Hall running for his life there.
And that was the same defense that Hall saw before in the first half and got wrecked. Plus, there was some insult to injury with a penalty on top of that. 60 seconds now remaining here in the third quarter. In Pulaski County, no big hurries. They break the huddle with 12 seconds remaining on the play clock.
Guys, this quarter's flown by.
So whistle prior to the snap.
They're going to have a penalty on Pulaski.
And it is going to be delay a game. And
I was watching the play clock. It was a delay of game, guys. They just didn't get the play off in time.
I was looking at that, and normally they're quick back to the line of scrimmage, but in that particular case, they were, again, about 12 seconds breaking a huddle.
And, Doug, I think it may be you have a freshman quarterback here who's not used to having a team in the huddle. The way they've started huddling up.
It is a little different.
They didn't break the huddle until 10 seconds left on the play clock.
And again, a lot of communication going on. Riley Hall this time on third down. Swing pass backwards to Tyler Goins. And that one is a loss of about 3. So the Maroons suddenly get it stuck in reverse. And looks like the clock continues
Ugly 3 and outs right there for Pulaski in a row as the Maroons went backwards on that series, and the Whitley County defense has stepped up here in the third quarter of play, as that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter.
And we will step away for just a moment here as we get ready for quarter number 4. And final 12 minutes remains here in round 2 of the playoff action here from Pulaski County. You're watching MVPSportsChannel.com.
At the Don Franklin family of dealerships, you're going to love your new truck.
Hey, Mr. Franklin, we love our new truck. I love my new truck.
Hey, Mr. Franklin, I love my new truck.
I love my new truck.
We have 7 dealerships and over 1,000 vehicles to choose from. With 45 years in the business, we know how to treat you right. Come by and see us today or visit us at www.donfranklinauto.com. At the Don Franklin family of dealerships, you're going to love your new truck too.
Back to action in Pulaski County.
You're on your way to meet up with friends.
MVPSportsChannel.com crew ready for the 4th and final quarter of play and ready to bring that to you here on a somewhat chilly Friday night. I said chilly and I got Brian Abner's attention. So Brian is busy doing the Cotton Eye Joe over here, as is the cheerleaders down below and the healthy crowd that has turned out for both teams tonight.
Guys, Whitley County, Jacob Denny at his goal line. The Colonels are going to get excellent field position. You've got to have a clean snap here.
And you hope there's no penalty on this, which is a big part of it too.
Snaps on punts have been an issue this year.
And pressure comes and gets partial block. That one can't be fielded cleanly by the Colonels, but they're going to get excellent starting position here as they're inside the 25-yard line. And the Maroons have their backs to the wall here trying to defend now, and that was primarily because of great pressure on special teams.
Somebody got a piece of it, and Whitley County fumbled, lucky to get the ball, so they take over at the 24-yard line.
So the first 8 seconds actually of the fourth quarter is pretty exciting. A little reverse and some trickeration, and the first pass of the night is incomplete. And that one actually hits George Gregory right in the back of the helmet.
Guys, that's pass interference. If you look it up in the textbook of the KHSA rulebook, he never did turn around. He just played the face mask of the would-be receiver.
Of course, he also had no idea there was being a pass being thrown in the backfield. And I think actually that's probably the only reason there wasn't a flag thrown on that one.
Yeah. Great call, though, by Coach Jim Black. We were told Isidro probably couldn't throw the ball. Hadn't thrown a pass all night till right there.
So let Mark Parton throw that one for you. Nothing going up the middle there. The Maroons there to stop this one. And again, the defense rising up for the occasion here. And again, here comes the crowd for Pulaski County on this third down and long. And I think we're going to have to get some pom-poms for Austin Cornett.
And guys, you look at it, it's been a pretty docile crowd on either side tonight, and now both sides finally getting into this game.
Well, you're at crunch time now, though, Brian.
Here's the snap. And it's a keeper with a little pitch. And, oh, my goodness, there was a great collision there, and there may have been the ball came loose.
I thought the ball may have come loose, but what it is, they're saying he never really went down. He stayed on his feet.
Well, I didn't see the number of that truck that hit him, but I got to tell you.
There's some hard hits right there. And now a big fourth down play coming up.
And I can only speculate. I think that big hit belonged to George Gregory. You're going to credit George with that superior collision of the game, nominee, because that one could turn the tide here late.
4th and 3, guys.
4th and 3. Colonels need to get on the board, stay in this contest. And here's the keeper again by Isidro, who second effort may have gotten him a first down, and it looks like that he may have mustered the necessary yardage. And they move the sticks.
Well, what a play by your sophomore quarterback there. Is everybody in the stadium thought it was going to Bryant, and they fooled everybody as he kept the ball. Looked like Doug, initial contact, he may have been stopped short and kept driving those lanes to pick up a first down.
The first down now, and the Colonels can pick up a first down without scoring. They got about a 3-yard difference. Isidro back in shotgun. And again, he's going to give to the smaller fumble. It is a fumble. Zach Mills loses the handle.
And the director here tonight said we need a fumble on this play, and just as they did, there was a fumble Pulaski recovered. Our producer director tonight, David Bowie, must be a prophet. He needs to go buy himself a lottery ticket tonight.
I was just going to suggest that on the way out that we get David to buy lottery tickets tonight.
I had just said in between the quarters there has been a turnover.
That's right. We just talked about that off air. Doug said we haven't had one. And here we are with 9:35 remaining in the fourth quarter. When the first one comes, Tyler Goins dancing. And he's going to get out beyond the 10-yard line to the 12. And
Jeff, it looked like had he just come on out instead of trying to dance a little bit more, had he just come on out to the near side, he could have had big yardage there, but gained him about 2, and it'll be 2nd and 8 coming up.
Tyler Goins with big night. Last game that we saw for Pulaski County. He's well on his way to another dandy one tonight. And this time Riley Hall's going to keep it, and he's got one down. Rogers. He's got the convoy. And tournament events here for Pulaski County, capitalizing on the turnover. We talk about Ryan and his decision making, but he showed he's got some moves to go with it.
He's an outstanding athlete, and that play, guys, 52 yards.
I know he would have rather have thrown that one as a quarterback and let somebody else run it. But you know he's got to be very happy right now that he's put his team in a very positive situation. Here comes the pressure off the corner again, and this time it's a delayed spinning move by Tyler Goins. And he's going to drive the ball out with about a 2-yard shortage of a first down.
Yeah, I think Whitley County's defense is getting tired. Doug, you've been watching this. Pulaski County starting to blow them off the ball a little bit more. That turnover may have been the big momentum swing that they needed.
Yeah, it really was. And if Pulaski could punch this in, guys, with the team that really isn't in position to throw the football and go up by at least 14, you're going to have Whitley County on the road.
And here's Smith this time, who handles the quarterback duties in a wildcat type situation. And he also can run, and And picks up a first down for Pulaski County.
And I hate to give Brian Abner credit of any kind at any time, but I think my buddy hit the nail on the proverbial head. Whitley County's defense is spent.
Well, they certainly got some hands on some hips.
And they've just called a timeout.
And it is a timeout for that very purpose.
Yep.
They're going to talk about it a little bit. And we've got the home folks are excited here in Pulaski County. And they try to finish strong here in the fourth quarter.
And guys, Jeff, you talked about this in the first half. The winner of this game plays the winner of the Harlan County Madison Southern contest. At the end of the first half, that game at Harlan County, the Black Bears were on top of the Eagles 21-17. Now that's important because if Harlan County wins, that game's at Harlan County next week. Should Madison Southern pull off an upset tonight and Pulaski, this score holds up, that game would be a rematch, and it would be here at PC Field.
And that would be very, very important where the Pulaski County Maroons have an excellent record against opponents here in this facility.
Yeah, they're 8-0 all time in the playoffs here. You can't get no better than that.
Unless it's 9. Tyler Goins breaks through the first tackle and the second wave, but he is down by contact. This one is whistled down, and I think rightfully so. And actually, Coach Hines was begging and asking for a flag to come in at the end of that one, but it is no flag.
Yeah, the whistle had already blown.
Yes, it had.
That wasn't even close.
And Smith, again, Aaron Smith is the quarterback.
One thing is you don't even want to make it close now, guys. Hold on to that football, double skin it. Do not let go of the football if you're Pulaski County.
It's a timeout. It's Riley Hall who actually is the quarterback and asks for and receives a timeout after surveying the defense.
That looked like a Chinese fire drill. You had about 5 Maroons running all over the place. I don't know what happened there, but a very good timeout by Johnny Hines.
So, Coach Johnny Hines, and we just touched on it just a little bit about this facility here and on this home field advantage. And Doug, coming into this contest, and I was asking around a little bit earlier, what was everybody's perception of this particular game coming up tonight? And everybody thought this one was actually going to be a close contest and thought it was going to be maybe a Pulaski County coming from behind type situation. We've seen them several times. And I said if there was pretty much an even playing field, the tip had to go for the home field advantage, at least a 3-point advantage.
Yeah, and I will say this. Kudos to Sheila Elmore and Randy Elmore, the AD here. We had pinto beans, cornbread, chocolate cake, chicken, sandwiches, a veggie tray. I have died and gone to heaven.
The sauerkraut dip that they had, plus wings.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know about you guys, but I got a homemade brownie that was hand-delivered to me. Riley Hall rolling. He's got plenty of time. Looking and decides he's going to keep it himself. And he hits the pylon. Does he get in? Touchdown! Freshman quarterback. We just talked about his mobility. And for that big carry just a little while ago, they really set this one up. And again, I think it was befitting that Riley Hall punches this one in on the ground. Nice stretch at the end to hit that pylon and get the touchdown. So Berger with an extra point attempt with 6:53. Pressure comes, kick is up, and it is good. Pulaski County. Now the question is it an insurmountable lead here, 21-6? But there are 6 minutes and 53 seconds on the board. And not only do you have a ground game, an injured quarterback, but you've got an excited Pulaski County Maroons recharged. I think that spark came down here on the turnover. That's recharged the Maroons now on defense.
Well, and Jeff, you talk about a turn of events. Whitley County's 1st and 10 at the Pulaski 14 after a partial block of a punt. Mills fumbles at the 9-yard line. The Colonels appear to be going in at the very worst to cut this thing to 1. A 2-point conversion down there would have tied it. And now all of a sudden you're down 21-6. What a turn of events in this football game.
Well, Pulaski County gets ready to kick this one off. And it's Zach Mills who is back to field it. Instead, it's the up man, Cody Lewis. Mills finally gets his hands on it. And Mills is exciting. He's got some speed and got some wiggle there. And actually that is, again, Cody Lewis, junior wide receiver, on the carry.
Now, Jeff, you're down 15 points. Here's where not having a passing attack hurts you big time because you have to run the football. You're a run-oriented team, and you take 25, 30 seconds every play. You run out of time.
Time is of the essence, and a much quicker huddle this time by the Squirrels.
Guys, Whitley County's put a new quarterback in.
They have indeed. Luke Woods, who was on that part of that reverse a little while ago.
And Doug Eads, you know about the woofing that's been going on these websites all week long about how Whitley County wanting revenge for losing to a quote-unquote bad Pulaski team in 09 and talking about that. And I believe the Maroons are trying to show them that it's not all about the 09 team.
Woods rolls and throws, and this one too high, intended for Tillman Jackson, and
that's a good call.
That was a good call.
That was way late.
That was a cheap shot.
Yes, it was. That was.
Well, guys, while we have a moment here while they're sorting out the flag, in the fourth quarter, we usually talk a little SEC football. Hey, now, I said almost upset last week, did I not?
The bye week will beat UK tomorrow.
Okay, we have. And you're going to give 3 points to the bye. So, the last week, the Alabama at LSU game came down to the drive. The drive, Alabama.
I picked that one correctly, by the way.
Yes, you did.
Now, our Notre Dame pick was a little on the squeamish side.
They're trying to kill me. Notre Dame is trying to kill me.
Jeff, you look at it here, you look at the drive, what's called the drive. Riley Hall may have led his team on the biggest drive of his young career right there.
He was. I was just going to liken that to what Riley had accomplished, except for he had a little more time on the clock. Woods on a keeper. Woods got a run, and he's got some speed. Will it be caught? No, sir. Touchdown, Cardinals. Wow, just like that, but there is an injured Maroon down at midfield, and I believe that is Helton. And he's slow to get up, but looks like he's going to walk this one off. So Helton got blocked big time on that, and 5:55 remains here in this, what is now even more exciting final quarter of this playoff game.
And Jeff, I look at this. They must not have a kicker because it looks like they're going to go for 2 again, down 9 right now. An extra point attempt puts you in a one-possession game. Now, if you don't pick this up, it's a 2-possession ball game.
Big play here.
Luke Woods, he is a freshman quarterback. Rolling, and there is whistles prior to. There is a flag on the far sideline.
Now it's going to push him back even further. It's going to be from the 8-yard line now.
And guys, that just goes to show you that late hit on an incomplete pass. Wow. Just stupid penalty that kills you.
And that one coming late in a contest that might be a little bit closer could have certainly hurt you even more. But now this gives some daylight and some hope to the Colonels. And still, 5 minutes and 55 seconds is a lot of time. And they are going to line up for an extra point here. Alex Conlon with a extra point attempt. This one's up and hits the crossbar but goes through. So the extra point is good. So it's a 21-13 score here in the fourth. and not closing the door and grabbing the car keys just yet.
Well, so much for Whitley County being on the ropes. They put a freshman quarterback in, and you thought that they put him in for passing because they're down 15, and all he does is go to the house from 53 yards out. We got a football game, boys.
Speaking of football games, I'm going to start off with the one that I think is going to be one of the most exciting games, strength against strength. It's the Texas A&M offense at Alabama for their defense, and Brian Abner's already shaking his head.
Alabama.
I'm telling you, Alabama is mad about last week.
Alabama.
They had a running clock in the NCAA. You may see that this weekend.
Tide.
If anybody can beat Alabama, this is it. Texas A&M, this may be the speed bump game. Now, and I don't think that Nick Saban will actually let them overlook this by any stretch of the imagination, but that was such an emotional game at LSU. Onside kick attempted. Maroons fielded at the 50.
Aaron Hall, guys, and he went immediately down. And Pulaski now, great field position. They're going to be right at midfield, maybe across the 50-yard line, I think. They're going to be at the 49-yard line of Whitley County, so great field position for the Maroons.
I'm going to go out on a limb here for the SEC pick.
Alabama's going to.
I know you guys have said Alabama. This is the one I think that Alabama actually will lose. So,
okay,
on record for Texas A&M to upset Alabama. We go back to action here. First down for the Maroons.
Aaron Smith at quarterback.
And it's a keeper by Aaron Smith. And he's going to pick up about 8 on that.
I have to look at it this way, Jeff and Doug. I look at it, Alabama's telling Texas A&M, sorry about your luck, wrong team on the wrong week. You're getting ready to catch Alabama at their very best.
In a bad mood.
Johnny Football, or whatever they call him over there.
Yes.
He may not finish that ball game.
He may be Johnny Hot Tub by the time that thing's over.
Johnny Ice Me Down.
Yes.
Second down and short coming up for the Maroons. Holding on to a 21-13 lead. 5:15 as Tyler Goins gets the big handoff. Short fields, not going to stop him. Tyler Goins, and a touchdown for the Maroons. Pulaski County back to the end zone, and this time on the ground.
31 yards.
And that one with 5:06 remaining here in the contest, unless something huge would have happened and another big score by the Colonels. That one could be, the final nail, and the extra point has been nailed. And they're
big answer, guys.
Shooting up some more fireworks here in Somerset and Pulaski County.
Well, who else will be in the SEC tomorrow, Jeff?
Back to the SEC. Arkansas at South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Gamecocks for Doug, and I'll go with the same route with Steve Spurrier. Brian's calculating. He's got his slide rule out. Surely you're not giving Arkansas any opportunity on this one, are you, Brian? I'll take that as a no.
Does he even know we're talking to?
I don't know. Sometimes he does. Sometimes he doesn't. I think he was texting or tweeting or something.
I'm tuning you guys out right now.
Yeah.
You're talking about now. Who's playing?
Arkansas at South Carolina.
South Carolina. We'll roll them.
Okay, unanimous. Georgia at Auburn.
Georgia.
Yeah, no problem, Georgia. That one also unanimous for the group here as the kick is fielded.
Look out.
And here we go, special teams breakdown. And I told you, Zach Mills is exciting. And it's exciting because the ball is loose.
They're saying he was down. He was down, guys, before the ball came loose. Same situation with Goins on the last drive.
How about Mississippi State at LSU? Speaking of hangovers.
Well, if Les Miles will get his conservative side and shelve it and stop worrying about eating grass, I'll pick LSU in that.
All right, Brian, what about Mississippi State at LSU?
LSU's going to win that game.
Well, I think LSU had that one slip through their fingers. I think that's the team that's going to be in a bad mood and take it out on Mississippi State this year. So this week we're in agreement. Again, it's a keeper and room to run. Luke Woods picks up first down yardage. And the clock's running.
What do you think why they haven't gone to him sooner, Jeff?
And Austin Cornett still slow to get up, but does for the Pulaski County Maroons. It's a first down.
Johnny Hines has seen enough. I think Johnny just called a timeout.
He did indeed. He wanted us to talk a little more about SEC football.
No, they said Whitley County.
All right.
On one side, the side judge on the near side, Doug, was pointing at Pulaski.
Yep.
But they called it for Whitley.
Okay. All right.
We need to let Doug officiate from up here.
I can do better than these guys. I assure you, I can do better.
Vanderbilt at Ole Miss.
Wow.
That one has a unique spin on it, doesn't it? I know you guys don't want to talk about Vanderbilt.
Well, actually, Vanderbilt's not a bad football team, and
no, they're not.
But I sure looked good a couple. Last week.
well, the Pulaski Mustangs would have looked pretty good last week.
I'm going to pick
against that team.
I tell you, I seriously, I'm going to pick Vandy.
I'm going to go with Ole Miss at that one. With that one, Ole Miss is a pretty good football team.
I hate to break this tie, but I'm going to have to go with Doug on this. I think Vanderbilt.
I don't even know you anymore. You're dead to me.
And here's the one that I think is going to be the most entertaining game of the weekend for the SEC. Missouri, the Tigers come to Neyland Stadium for the first time in Knoxville.
Missouri gets another SEC win. I'm taking the Tigers.
You're taking the Tigers.
67-64,
yep.
Tennessee.
Tennessee, 3-point home field advantage. Give again, straight up the middle. This time the big carry by the big back. And it is Boston Bryant.
Tennessee will hit the free throws at the end of the game to pull it out by 367-64. Talking football.
You got the buzzer.
But I mean, they're two of the highest scoring offenses in the Southeastern Conference, and I do believe that Tennessee will pull that one out.
You know, my head says one thing and my heart says something else. Play action this time by Woods, and this is Pulaski County is about to put up 6-0. A big tournament events, and that's the reason that Woods was not in earlier in the contest, most likely.
But you got a flag, of course.
And we'll see if this one is going to stand.
Probably not.
My thing is, guys, why would you even hit anybody when your man is gone down the sideline?
That's what Johnny's
nothing
saying.
to do.
Has nothing to do with the play.
And Johnny Hines is livid on the sidelines, talking to the officiating crew.
These guys are clueless, man, I'm telling you.
During the run back, we had sideline interference from the return team.
The side judge threw a flag for sideline interference because the team was jumping up and down and went across the white line. Remember earlier on in the game, Doug, they called the sideline warning against Pulaski, and now we've got Coach Hines out here on the field.
Coach Hines is coaching anybody who's within earshot. And
he's talking about getting behind the bench.
Get behind. I think this is the first time I've ever seen any coach
these guys
actually send the team completely behind the bench. And he is not finished yet with the officiating. There's no record this game, but I don't want cold shoulder there to one of the officials that came out trying to give him a little more exploration. But in NASCAR, that was called a rub.
If these guys got paid $5 each for this game, they freaking got overpaid. That's horrible.
And that's the unbiased
they're horrible.
opinion of Dougie. 3:54 remains. Pulaski County, and here it is another.
Yeah, show your flag there. How about that? We came to watch you guys tonight.
I can't wait to read Doug's column.
I'll tell you what, hold on, Doug. Coach Hines is now ejected and may not be able to coach the team next week. That is 2 unsportsmanlike penalties on his sideline. He is the head coach.
That's
By
true.
rule, he's gone.
That's and I'm not sure what the penalty was. That's the question that I have, is what exactly is the penalty? And we're going to, as soon as the officials talk it over and make that announcement,
to me, that's a thin-skinned referee on the near side. The head judge should have went and got him and just pulled him to the side. That's what he's doing. Well, what it is, the white hat's gone to that young man and told him what was going on.
What's going on right now with Coach Hines and the officiating crew. Wouldn't you like to be a fly on the wall down there in the midst of us?
And the wave-off is going to save Johnny Hines a football game here, guys, because if Coach Hines was ejected from this game, because they say any sideline penalty that's an unsportsmanlike goes against the head coach.
That's true.
And that's a new one. So if they did that, he would have been ejected from this game and not been able to coach next week in the region championship game.
Now, I will give the Whitehead credit for coming over and talking to Coach Hines and explaining what's going on. Now, it appears that he's going to go over to the Whitley County sideline, and so this is good officiating.
Yeah. But now at this time, anybody on the Pulaski sideline, shut your mouth. There's nothing else can be said or done. Shut up.
But guys, that's an atrocious call.
Well, that is. But now everybody's had their say. Now the referee's going to throw somebody. Somebody's getting tossed the next time. So it's time to shut up and let them coach the game, and let's get this thing over with.
And especially when there's no point in it, there's a 28-13 game. You've got the advantage right now, and ready to move on to the third round of the playoffs. And with under 4 minutes remaining in this contest, and looking at a team that is not able to come back with a high-powered offense. So penalties are just, at this point in time, are futile and stupid.
Well, that penalty on the sideline interference, that's, well, I'm not going to say, but it is bad.
Again, if you didn't pick up on the idea, you'll read all about it coming up tomorrow morning. And touchdown carry, that time by Smith.
I'm naming it right there. You see him in your screen, number 70. Jacob Gross, a superior collision of the game. Grossy on a pullback block, just obliterated a Whitley County Colonel. And the Maroons look like they're playing with a little bit of a chip on the shoulder now.
Well, now it's time to put an exclamation point at the end of this one. Riley Hall again gets the first down yardage necessary. Back to Tyler Goins, or rather back to Smith on the carry. And they are content to keep this clock running as we approach the 3-minute mark now.
I mean, these kids are celebrating a touchdown that was an exclamation point. I just don't see how you can throw that flag there. Wow.
2nd and 10. And the snap's going to come with 3 seconds remaining on the play clock, so they're milking it. And a flag comes in. That's the far sideline. Holding to back things up, but it also stops the clock, which is something else that you're also penalizing yourself, Doug, with the clock stoppage on all this, when you really want the clock to continue to run and just kind of milk this one, but it can't seem to close things down.
I'm not saying that every penalty has been a bad call tonight, but guys, let's face it, these guys have not had a good night. Wouldn't you agree?
So in the words of Charlie Sheen, fail?
Wow.
Certainly wasn't winning, was it?
No.
Riley Hall on the move, looking for a man downfield. He has Tyler Goins, who slips the first tackle, not the second, brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, I'm gonna pull a Doug Eads here, not to beat a dead horse, but we saw face mask penalties the entire first half against Pulaski County, and there, I don't know if you see it on the camera or not, but They grabbed Tyler Goins by the helmet and tackled him, had him around the sides of the helmet. Well, that, by rule, that is a face mask penalty.
They've not been consistent.
And I think that's kind of the key, isn't it, Doug?
Yes.
You can understand if an officiating crew is calling it a certain way. If you're going to call it close, call it close. If you're not, don't. And I think that's been the frustrations tonight, probably for both teams, quite honestly.
Yeah.
Not just for Pulaski County, but also for Whitley County as well. That it's hard to get a grasp on how this officiating crew is.
The Pulaski County sideline did not interfere at all with any Whitley County defender, offensive player, on that interception return.
Well, we have 2 minutes even remaining in the contest. Pulaski County with the lead. And you got 4th down coming up here. 4th and 6, as a matter of fact.
I think Coach Hines will go for it here, guys. Just 2 minutes left. And if Pulaski can salt this one away, then the big question is, are the Maroons here next week, or are they going to Harlan County?
And that's what we'll try to find out for you here coming up. So, on 4th down, Maroons looking. Riley Hall's got to try to hang on to this ball. That's the main thing. He stays in bounds.
Well, the referee on this side has stopped the clock, guys. They're saying he stepped out of bounds.
Well, the clock stops because that's a 4th down.
You're right.
Turnover on downs.
It's turnover on downs. That's the reason for the clock stoppage. But again, smartly, even to go ahead and expend a couple of seconds here in this one by staying in bounds until they could actually get the clock stopped, as opposed to stopping it by stepping out of bounds early. Good job by Riley Hall there. So the clock winds and starts. And Luke Woods, the freshman quarterback for the Colonels, has a man.
Nope.
And that one is incomplete, as his back foot was actually out of bounds first, and that one intended for Cody Lewis.
And Doug, this is identical to the 2009 game. Whitley County ran the football pretty much all night long, got to the 4th quarter. Pulaski made some adjustments and made some stops, forcing the Colonels to throw the football, which they are not accustomed to doing. That puts them in a bad situation.
So you may have seen in your shot there was some conversation going on from the side judge back to the referee.
They're sending Boston Bryant off the field. That's what the discussion was about. They're sending him off the field. Don't know what the deal was, but he's out.
I don't think it was an equipment issue, but he's at least out for one play. So Woods will play action. The swing pass to Mills. Avoids the first tackle that's made inside Maroon territory, but that one stopped with 1:30 as the chain gang.
Doug, does that go as the first completion of the game for Whitley County?
That is correct. 25-yard pickup.
90 seconds remaining in the contest when the first completion is made.
25-yard pickup. They have now doubled their entire season total in passing yardage.
First down. And the Colonels looking to extend this one a little bit. And there's 2 in a row. And again, a completion. And that one's Cody Lewis again, the junior wide receiver, who hauls this one in for a first down and momentarily stops the clock here with 1:02 remaining.
Pulaski in the prevent.
And now it's just pretty much a matter of, can you get there quick enough to give yourself some hope? Down the sidelines, and a good toss that time by the freshman quarterback. Non-target, but a good job defensively there. And that's George Gregory coming in to break that one up.
You know, this Woods kid looks pretty good back there. He's already had a 53-yard touchdown run for Whitley County. And with him being a freshman and Ysidro a sophomore, they got two pretty good athletes back there at the QB spot for the next couple of years.
I'll tell you what, the way they run that split backfield the way they do, they could put both of them back here, and teams would have some issues then.
From the offensive standpoint, I'm thinking the same thing, Brian, that may be an option for them. Woods now squares up, fires, completes it, but it's too late.
Get off the sidelines.
Is going to go the distance if he gets an opportunity. One man to beat, which was Woods, who opens him and saves the touchdown. 39 seconds remaining here in the game, and that one has pretty well sealed the deal. And now it's about some pride, and Whitley County about to wrap up their season here for 2012.
Whitley County beat Pulaski County, even though they probably didn't keep score, but trust me, somebody did, in a scrimmage early in the preseason. Just goes to show you how much improvement this Pulaski County team has made this season.
Victory formation and a kneel down forthcoming.
Doug, you and I talked about this all spring and all summer, as Pulaski will have to, they will not have to snap it anymore, guys. No, they will have to snap it one more time.
One more time.
We talked about it all summer long, Doug, about this team being a year ahead of schedule. We thought maybe 5-5, 6-4, second in the district, maybe win a game. They are getting ready to play for their third region championship in 4 years.
And this is a rebuilding year, I believe, for Pulaski County. Yep. So that's going to do it. That's your final play of the kneel down. Favorite play of the offensive coordinators. The Pulaski County, the Maroons, come in here at their home field as a slight underdog. And the fireworks, as you can tell, are plenty here for the Pulaski County victory. And the Maroons excited as they finish this out with a 28-13 victory over these Colonels. And I'll give it to the Colonels. Not only have they had a great season, but Dougie, you have to hand it to them with a little tenacity. They come in tonight with a quarterback with an injury that cannot even attempt a pass. They have a running game and a running game only, and they stay with Pulaski County pretty much all the way through into the fourth quarter, and then have to substitute in Lucas Woods when they get to the obvious must-pass situation.
Everybody was picking Whitley County to win this ball game.
Yeah, they really were.
And they forgot to tell one important team here. They forgot to tell Pulaski County they weren't supposed to win tonight. And a bunch of freshmen, sophomore, underclassmen come out, and they're going to be playing for a region championship next week.
Now, where will it be is the question that we have. And we'll hopefully get some scores coming up here in just a little bit to tell you how the bracket is being filled out tonight. Now, of course, Pulaski County, as Doug explained to you a little while ago, Pulaski County going to face either Madison Southern or Harlan County. And the road game to Harlan County would be a tough one.
Yes, Pulaski would be an underdog. If they're here against Madison Southern, probably be a slot favorite. Jeff, real quick, before I head down, I got a couple stats I'll throw out to you. Whitley County, 282 yards rushing tonight. 2 out of 7 through the air for 39 yards, 2 picks, 317 yards of total offense for the Colonels. 3 turnovers. They all came in a decisive fourth quarter. Boston Bryant led them in rushing, 83 yards on 18 carries. Ysidro actually led them in rushing, 87 yards on 15 attempts. For Pulaski County, Tyler Goins, 114 yards rushing on 14 carries, a touchdown. Aaron Smith had a great night, 56 yards on 8 carries, also a touchdown. Riley Hall, 7 carries, 78 yards. So Pulaski has 3 kids with at least 55 yards rushing tonight. Through the air, Riley Hall, 15 of 22 for 164 yards. Pulaski, 412 yards of total offense. More importantly, 0 turnovers.
0 turnovers, and that's kind of the story of the game tonight. Thank you very much for joining us here on MVPSportsChannel.com. And, of course, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast tonight, that we're going to get you an update on the entire scoreboard from across the state of Tennessee and Kentucky. And we'll have all those scores for all the big games coming up tomorrow. Check it out, MVPSportsChannel.com. And on behalf of our broadcast crew, Doug Eads, Brian Abner, I'm Jeff Wicks, hoping you have yourself a great rest of this night and a terrific weekend. We'll see you back next time here on MVPSportsChannel.com.
At the Don Franklin family of dealerships, you're going to love your new truck.
Hey, Mr. Franklin, we love our new truck. I love my new truck.
Hey, Mr. Franklin, I love my new truck.
I love my new truck.
We have 7 dealerships and over 1,000 vehicles to choose from. With 45 years in the business, we know how to treat you right. Come by and see us today or visit us at www.donfranklinauto.com. At the Don Franklin family of dealerships, you're going to love your new truck too.
Well, Mariah was bubbly and vivacious. If she came up and gave you a hug, she had to twirl you around in the process.
And Mariah didn't know a stranger. It didn't matter who she was around or who was she with. She treated them like she knew them for the longest time.
This is the text my daughter was reading when she drove into oncoming traffic.